Welcome everyone to another amazing Shiro show, and I left the webpage open. Welcome, my friends, to another amazing Shiro show. I am Patrick, and I am here with the guest host, that direction, I think that cardinal direction,
That's right.
Emerald Nova. And as
coming to you live through composite video.
Nah, I have RGB. I'm not a plebe. We don't play homie don't play that in this stream, but
Current year.
yeah, anyways, as you can see, he is set up in our beautiful expensive BVM, I think A0132, whatever it is, suspended by the best rope technology money can buy in our studio. So that's sturdy stuff. That's really sturdy rope. He should be hanging pretty well. Those things are pretty heavy, so you tell it's nice and sturdy. I don't know how to check it.
I can't help but notice that there's two ropes tied to the front of the unit, but nothing on the back. So the balance isn't making a lot of sense to me.
There's a robotic arm that's holding the back of it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's tied to a raptor. Anyways, welcome to the show. We have a lot of news today. Hope you guys are doing well on this beautiful Friday afternoon or night, depending on where you live. Or Saturday, depending on where you live. I think it's Saturday someplace in the world. So if it's Saturday, welcome to the world. Anyways, we got some... What are you up to, Emerald Nova? You got any updates? What are you up to, my dude?
Oh, boy. I'm up to, at this point, getting caught up on some sleep. But Extra Life is coming up, isn't it? Is that this weekend or next? I can't tell anymore.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so every year, sometime in November, I think probably around this weekend, there is a charity stream. So a lot of people will do 24-hour video game marathons, right? One year I did it. I just ended up doing Forsaken Plane programming for like a good 24 hours or something like that, or something close to it. I don't think it was a full 24, but it was an excessive amount. And I occasionally go with Shane to do some, Genesis gaming or whatever. I don't remember if I did it last year. I think I skipped last year. But that is coming up. So I'm sure someone somewhere is doing some Saturn-related 24-hour thing. And I may or may not be doing a marathon stream of coding for Blue Skies to get some more features punched in before January.
Blue skies, I see. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I think that kind
was
of
did I just suspect you with that? Sorry.
What?
Did I just suspect you?
It's something that like naturally comes up. It's like a impulsive. It's an impulse that comes up every time you say the title.
I gotcha.
That's Zeno's fault.
Gotcha. You could name it Green Oceans.
Green Oceans.
I'd be
down. That sounds like an algae bloom. I don't think we want that.
I don't know, man. It sounds pretty good. It's like a Planet Namek, except less blown up.
Yeah.
You could do that for the, like, if you could do like a flying thing, be like, you can fly in Planet Namek, have like just make the water green, the grass blue, and then I don't know, put some Namek things there, like the buildings that are like some H.R. Giger looking buildings.
I think it was just like a dome with spikes on it, right? Is that all they had?
I think so. It's been a while since I watched it. That and just a bunch of explosions, maybe dead Nameks all over the place, Namekians all over the place. Whatever floats your boat.
Some really terribly drawn trees.
Really bad, and a lot of filler.
Two different kinds of foliage on Namek, no matter where you went on the planet. It was a stick with a bush-like head on top of it that was supposed to be a tree, and just bluegrass.
Bluegrass and high tides forever. Or yeah, no, green grass and high tides forever.
No fauna, no fish, just okay, there's frogs. There's frogs with antenna on them. That was the most alien we got.
I like froges. Love froges. But anyways, why don't we move...
I like the Space Ghost illusion there. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm Space Ghost, coast to coast.
Can you do the whatchamacallit, the arm beams?
No. Anyways, why don't we move on to the news? We got a lot of news. We got a lot to cover. and I will make Space Coast references on my other podcast, which you check out, the Spirit Hunter podcast. Check it out. We cover Hunter x Hunter Yu Hakusho. No, it's inappropriate to bring this up on this cast, but I don't care. So
okay,
go.
Just a real quick Una Igma Chawa Neha.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Or listen to it, I guess. Anyways, I guess today's Guy Fawkes Day here or something. So don't forgive and forget. Is that what they say for the anonymous?
The
anonymous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's.
And
Are they still
anonymous.
wearing those masks? I don't think anonymous guys are wearing that mask anymore. I think the whole Scientology thing threw that whole thing in the toilet.
No, they just send death threats now. But anyways, when we get to the news, we're gonna cover something that came out last weekend, right after the show aired, was Pandemonium's Saturn NBA Jam video, which was amazing as always. It's how long was it? I'll just check the video time here because I forgot. An hour and 15 minutes.
An hour 15, yeah. So I sat through it when we got a little bit of a pre-release for all the Shiro insiders. So that's yet another benefit for people that want to contribute to this show, which I don't get anything back from this. I'm just guest starring right now.
He gets on the show. That's what he gets from it.
Yeah,
that's why he's the guest.
I get on the show to plug things that I can't make money off of anyway, but
he also gets to stay in my house, which is also another benefit of being a Patreon.
That did happen. Okay, you know what? Yeah, free rent at Pat's house. Just give $20 and that's free rent for life.
Didn't you only paid like $5 for the parking that one day?
Wait, no, the Patreon tier, right?
Oh yeah, the Patreon tier, yeah, the stay in my house tier.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, $20. But actually, if you're 3 and above, you get a new tier. I think we brought this up last time, but you get early Pandemonium videos, which this came out about a week before the official video drop. So if you're also a fan of Pandemonium, because we're, I guess, technically producers on a show, technically that's how it goes. I didn't discuss it with him, but he was nice enough to allow us to add that to our tier. So if you are big fans of Pandemonium, you want early videos, $3 and up will get you an early video, which everyone got to see, and it was a lot of fun. They had a lot of good antidotes. They have a lot of discussion with Iguana Software alumni. A lot of discussion on people that sadly passed away. This guy here, J Moon, R.I.P. J Moon. But $1 a month to sell my soul, $3 a month to sell your soul. Yeah. But yeah, J Moon is producer on the original NBA Jam. I think it was the port for Genesis. I think, or maybe he did the actual. I can't remember, but I need to watch a video again, obviously. But you know what? That's a good opportunity to watch it. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, so I'm almost Lord of the Rings level of length. So if you would rather watch Pandemonium instead of Lord of the Rings, which I would rather do.
Was it an hour 15 or an hour 50?
Hour 50, almost 2 hours.
Oh crap! It was almost 2 hours. I don't even remember it being that long. But yeah. Actually,
it flies by.
Right. Yeah, it does. It was a really interesting watch. This actually sparked a small debate over at SX. Unfortunately, at the time, we couldn't share the video because not everyone was an insider yet. But there was a little discussion about the capabilities of the PlayStation, and I think not we, but some of the SX guys, I kind of blindly quoted what one of these devs was saying around the 40 or 42 minute mark or something about how the PlayStation put down like 80 or sorry, not 80, sorry, 8,000 polygons or 8,000 sprites, 8,000 16 by 16 sprites on screen without losing frame rate, which the SX guys were arguing, if you actually write it out, that's multiple sprites per like cycle or something like that. It's literally impossible. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, so if you go and watch the video, so with a grain of salt, because these guys are trying to remember stuff from like a couple decades ago, what we think he meant was that there were 800 sprites on screen without a drop in frame rate, which is more along the lines of what these systems were capable of. But it was interesting because we ended up arguing about that point for a couple hours because Mr. Hotview was also doing a similar demo about stress testing the Saturn with a series of balls.
I love balls.
Yeah.
But anyways, about enough about my ball fetish. Basically, the video is really good. Like I said, it sparked debate, and it's really interesting. I watched it, and I honestly, I've never played NBA Jam. I'm not a big NBA Jam guy. I am an NFL Blitz man in life. Go Cardinals. But yeah, I did not know much about it, but now I'm actually really wanting to play it now because I really think it's interesting. And now that I know the Japanese copy is the best copy, I might just pick that up. Yeah, if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. You're able to watch it now. It's about an hour 50 minutes, so get some popcorn, and get some popcorn, and sit down and watch it. It's a great video, and Pandemonium did a good job on it. Our Nick, Mr. Nick, love you, Nick.
It's really high production value. Like, it's surprisingly high considering how few of Pandemonium's videos that I've seen before. Probably not any of the recent ones, but like it's actually filmed like a proper, special. Like you'd imagine seeing something like this on TV.
For real. And it was really good. I really enjoyed the video, and I think anybody that loves documentaries, video game documentaries, or just love NBA Jam should watch it. I know I loved it. I know Emerald Nova loved it. I don't know if Night of Dragon loved it. That's still up for debate. We'll see on that. But we got a lot of news, so we better go forward with the next article, which is, of course, our latest podcast, the Overlooked and Alternative Halloween Saturn Games, with our Patreon guest hosts. So we had a couple people I know. We had Night of Dragon. We had our very special guest, Siwen, who was on the podcast, and we talked Halloween games. So you can see I didn't have my green screen ready. So if you want to see what my setup looks like without the green screen, you got video footage of it. I think it was just me and Dave. No, there's a few people on video, but I think it was only me and Dave on video specifically. But yeah, we covered a lot of interesting games. I covered the game Space Hulk, which is a Warhammer 40k game. I know there's a lot of oh, the heck. I know there's. Okay, there's weird. I know there's a lot of issues with that game, but I really enjoyed it. I'm a big Warhammer 40k guy, so I don't know. Are you a big Warhammer 40k guy? Do you not like Warhammer? Do you wish that the Tyranids would kill all these Space Marines? Because I know I would.
I never actually got into Warhammer. I was mostly a D&D 3.5 guy, and then D20 systems.
So you only played good games then.
I'm sure Warhammer. If money is not an object, Warhammer is supposedly a good game. I've never done one of those tabletop big battle styles. It's like one character at a time.
Yeah. There's also the RPGs and all the countless books and games you could play. I do the RPGs once, so that's how I got into the Warhammer 40k universe, and it's pretty interesting. And by interesting, I mean convoluted and confusing.
I like the orcs.
I don't. No, I'm just joking. I like the orcs. The orcs are the best part of the Warhammer 40k universe. They literally, basically, the way they describe the universe to me is like, everyone's miserable except the orcs, is the easiest way to describe the Warhammer 40k universe. Everyone's at war and hates each other and themselves, and the orcs just being orcs. So it's like, best way to describe it. I love Warhammer. There's a lot of other games that we covered. I unfortunately didn't really contribute too much to this one just because I was so busy that week, so I only really had time to talk about Warhammer, but there's never a bad time to talk about Warhammer, right?
I mean, I don't know. If you don't have any money and you're just trying to get into a cheap game, I think it's always a bad time to talk about Warhammer.
Fair enough. Well, you can always play the countless games or books. Probably not Space Hulk, though. The game's alright, but I don't know. I don't think you want to sit down and play it.
Warhammer game, play Vermintide.
Ooh, or get ready for was it the Dark Tide? I'm excited for Dark Tide. Vermintide's the fantasy one though, not the 40k though.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Dark Tide. I haven't heard of it. I just know about Vermintide.
It's basically the Warhammer 40k equivalent of Vermintide. You fight you fight as the Inquisitors on the Imperial Guards, and I can't remember.
I thought Vermintide was a 40k game.
No, that's Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay.
So there's
That
two different
explains the
games.
lack
There's the
of,
game. There's the
spaceships.
game that Games Workshop cares about, which is Warhammer 40k, and then there's the game that they don't care about, which is the original Warhammer Fantasy. But the money just rakes in for the 40k. Fantasy's just kind of. But yeah, I know a lot of people like fantasy, so hopefully you guys don't hate me for that comment. Just the way it is. Warhammer or Games Workshop doesn't care about you. I'm sorry. Play something better. But anyways, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Fun Halloween Cast had a lot of games. It's up on YouTube and our podcast. On our audio podcast form. So anywhere that we stream it, it's up there. So if you guys missed it, check it out. Highly recommend listening to it. There's some good games we talked about there and some obscure ones. So definitely take the time and play it. But I guess I'm going to address some comments. So does the FPS Warhammer on the PS3 count? Yes. Wait, there was an FPS one? If it's, I think the only one I could think of on the PS3 was the Space Marine one where you play the Space Marine third person, and it counts, but it's alright. I think it was on PS4 actually though. I could be wrong though. And somebody asked, "What's your favorite genre of games, Pat?" Probably shoot 'em ups or possibly arcade games. It's in that genre. I like RPGs. I like some of the arcade games, so the pickup stuff, so like 2D fighters or shoot 'em ups. I answered that real quick. But yeah, probably those games and some RPGs if I had to pick a favorite genre. Or card games. I love card games. I can't get enough of card games, so I know Emerald knows my love of card games. Except when somebody explains the rules to me for 25 hours and then plays what is it? What is it referred to when people just play forever?
Solitaire. It's just so yeah, when we've told the story before, but essentially the guy took an extensive amount of time explaining to us how he would tap and untap probably about 100 mana or so in order to win the game.
I was getting really frustrated.
More or less, it was a college lecture on how to lose.
Pretty much. I was surprised though. I was afraid I was shocking with how angry I was getting. I was like, oh crap, is he gonna be like, man, this Patrick's a psychopath? Like I was like getting unreasonably angry. I was like, oh my gosh, you kidding me? Come on, dude. I don't want to be explaining these rules for 25 years. Just like, let's play. Because like, I guess people who don't know, Commander's like a casual format. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. Like if you mess something up, it's not a big deal. It's a fun casual game. It's not supposed to be taken seriously, but unfortunately, Magic players take games way too seriously.
And this is why I play Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe I should too. But we'll talk about that in a later segment, Saturn Dave. The next thing I want to talk about in the news is the new Saturn platformer Zygo. So I guess this was submitted, one of the submissions for it by Jay Beretta. Do you know anything about Zygo?
No, nothing about Zygo. I've not had a chance to play it yet, besides the fact that it looks good. This is basically exactly what the competition is for: is to have somebody that nobody's ever heard about just kind of push a game out by complete surprise. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's probably going to do very well in the competition. I'm not a judge, so I can't say, but as far as I can tell, it looks good.
Yeah, I was looking at video of it, and it looks very good. It's like a 2D platformer. It's definitely in its early stages, but it looks really interesting. I love 2D platformers, and weirdly enough, there was not a lot of 2D platformers in the competition last year. I think there was only the Castlevania remake, right?
So, there's Mr. Confused game. I think it was called Heroicvania.
Heroicvania, that's it. Heroicvania.
Yeah, and that was made, I think, out of Y'all as opposed to Joe Engine, because that's Mr. Confused thing. This looks like it's made out of Joe Engine, and the thing is, Joe Engine does give you tools to make a Sonic the Hedgehog clone. I mean, it's not a fantastic clone because the physics they're a little bit off. I mean, this one looks fine. But the thing is, just in general, the collisions involved, even in 2D for a platformer with like sloping and ramping hills, is just complicated enough to not want to deal with if you can get away with it. it requires very precise collision and how to deal with, you need to go up 1 pixel or 2 pixels or however many things. It takes some fine tuning, and it's annoying. So this, I'm assuming that Jay Beretta has either used the Joe Engine map editor and some of the baseline code from the Sonic the Hedgehog game to make this, or he did a whole bunch of work in order to recreate a physics engine in order to get this to work.
It looks like he was using the Joe engine for this game.
Yeah, he's using Joe Engine.
Yeah, but you're saying if he might be using the map editor.
So the map editor has this built-in thing for creating 2D maps, and this looks kind of like what might have come out of that. And part of that is a sample code that is like a basic Sonic game that handles a lot of the very, very basic physics for you. Like the map editor gives you some collision maps or what have you. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading a comment. I thought they were talking about this, but
is that about Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Exactly how this was made. What?
They're talking about Tomb Raider. We'll get to that.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know exactly how this is made, but I suspect even with using Joe's map editor, there's a lot of work being shown off here in terms of getting this to play a lot better than that Sonic demo does.
Yeah, no, it looks interesting for sure, and I'm really excited to see like the bits and pieces of what he went into it. Excuse me. I'm excited to see what I definitely want him on the show, so I'd be excited to see what he thinks of it and like what he thinks of the competition. And I'm interested in how it fares. Martin just sent me a picture. Thank you, Martin. That was a good game. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the game fares in the competition and see like his creative mind. Because I know we love talking to the developers, so I'd be interested to see what he did during that process. Because I know we're gonna do that again for sure, where we talk with the developers, we see what they did with the game, and go into the depths of how they developed it. Because at least for me was the most fun about the competition, in my opinion, was that I was just going through them and seeing it and talking what they wanted to do better for the next one. And I think that's half the fun about it, is just like talking to people about it and seeing what awesome projects they came up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hopefully Beretta will share the code base for this, but if not, that's fine too. Most people don't share the code for the entries, but or at least not in an easily accessible format. But yeah, this looks impressive, and we're going to probably see a lot of another good round of interviews, just like last year, in terms of what did you do, how'd you do it, etc., etc.
Exactly. So definitely look out for Zygo in the competition. If you'd like to play it yourself, there's a link to download in the Sega Saturn Shiro article. If you want to look on the website for this article, and you can launch it up on your own Saturn. I have not launched it up on my own Saturn yet, so I'll go do that and let you guys know. Let me know, and I'll let you know what I think about it.
Yeah. So far it looks like we only have no, we have three. We have three entries. Damage X just submitted something a couple days ago, actually. So that probably hasn't even had a chance to get an article or anything like that. But yeah, the things are starting to pile in. I haven't submitted Blue Skies yet. Well, I mean, that's Zenos' game to submit, but I think we're waiting on more improvements, and we're probably just going to end up coming down to the wire like last year and submitting whatever fixes we have by the 31st.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to play everything you guys got, and it's not too late to submit. If you guys want to participate in the competition, submit your games, and let's see what you got. Like quoting Limp Bizkit, show me what you got. Yeah.
I want one of these devs to come on during an interview and just start talking smack and like how the competitions, and like I want to go like full on Hulk Hogan, Macho Man during one of these interviews. Everyone's too nice.
Yeah, they should just rip my arm off, but that's besides the point. Anyways, moving on.
Even know what that means.
I want them to rip my arm out of its socket. Is what it means. But anyways, moving on to the wireless 3D pad mod. So this was a twofer where basically we talked about back in March of 2021 that Drew Kanaz put together DIY and setting up a wireless Model 1 Saturn pad, or I guess the boomerang controller, which is not my favorite, but I like the uniqueness of it. Like I love the design of it, and even though it's a weird thing, I definitely think that it's worth the wireless mod on it. Because as you know, everyone always gets attention on the sort of the Mark II pads, and this one's the Mark I, which is not a lot of love, mostly because the shoulder buttons are kind of not good. I don't know. Anybody like them in this chat and think they're better than the Model 2s, or I guess the Japanese style pad?
Okay, so everything I know about the Sega Saturn tells me that the Japanese controller is just better in basically every way.
Mm-hmm.
I use the Japanese style controllers. I have an American style controller sitting around somewhere in a box, never to be touched again. But as far as this wireless pad mod, I thought that was just for the 3D controller.
Yeah. This is the first one, but essentially, fast forward another couple months, and Drew's working on a mod for the 3D pad actually. So it's a good segue into that. So he's basically taken did a good bonus. I think it's another Arduino board. I don't know the exact details. But yeah, like I said, it's demonstrating the input right here. I'm gonna mute that. So just him demonstrating the inputs with the controller and showing off the controller working. It's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff.
I'd be interested in seeing the lag for this, like the timing. I'm hoping that it's fast enough to be within the same frame.
Yeah, the thing is that this seems like a independent project. It's something you'd want to put together, so I don't think this is going to be retail, sadly. But it's still pretty cool. I like to see it actually in action. And then later on September 7th, on the Sega Saturn Technical Forum, Izzy Patrick picked up the torch and started running Folk Tilt with it and built their own mod on top of the foundation that Drew sort of established. So I'm trying to pull up this image here. It's gonna... Oh, oops. Just don't look at my Facebook. That's weird. See, it's kind of hard to read. So yeah, Bluetooth to PC, OLED support. And it looks like it's kind of cool because the way they designed it, they 3D printed like a back on there. So it's like a little back padding on it with... Oh wow, that's a really cool little board. And just shoved it on the back there. Like, you see, it's like a little pack thing, so it's like all wireless and stuff. I'm pretty sure they probably had to remove the wiring from them and soldered it, but it's still really insane. So yeah, like I said, the plans for the mod include the solderless install. Now that's ballsy. I'm interested to see how that would work. Bluetooth to PC, mode switching, OLED supports, USB LiPo charging, battery charge percent, and certain status. Tilt inputs, roll functionality. Jeez, this is going above and beyond.
Yeah, so I was about to ask. I don't see a battery anywhere in these pictures.
I think I'm not sure. On honesty, it might just be hidden away somewhere, but it might be like somewhere in the maybe it's like somewhere like a lithium ion that's attached in there. That's what I think of, like this little pack right here, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine like for something like this, you can get away with like a AAA or something. Well, maybe the voltage wouldn't match, but I don't imagine it would take a whole lot of power these days to send out a 2.4 gigahertz signal. Not really.
Like there's a little battery in the back of like the Saturn pad I have. It's kind of hard to see, but you kind of it's gone. It's censored out, but there's like a yellow battery thing. Yeah, it's there. Just pretend that the blankness is where the battery is. Just take my word for it. I know it's hard to do that with who I am, but you got to trust me, people. You got to trust me. You got to trust me. But yeah, and the ultimate goal is the mod is release as much information as possible, so you can either make it yourself or somebody could pick it up and really sell it. And even as recent as October 24th, there have been like significant changes to the project. So things are changing, different parts, and of course, it's probably gonna be feasible for right now with all the part shortages. But I think it'd be really cool. Thank you. Somebody trust me. KS. Thank you. I'm glad you trust me. I'm a trustworthy person. Really, I promise I don't lie. I don't know. Emerald looks like he doesn't believe me.
Yeah, I mean,
He's looking
I'm a little
sketch.
bit distracted. I'm trying to follow this conversation in chat that has like nothing to do with anything that's happening. They're arguing about. There's a lot of people arguing about quads and what quads are, and I'm not sure that anyone is saying anything that I agree with right now.
Nobody says
Uh,
anything I agree with, ever. No. But I actually haven't been paying attention. I've been sort of running the show, but you keep
yeah, I
on
mean, no, yeah, exactly.
keep
Run the show. The show's the show.
keep the
Um,
keep the chat in track and make sure they're staying on topic, or maybe not. I don't know. They can have their own conversation about quads. I don't mind.
let's
Just
let's throw a little bit of love toward Martin Evans. He's been super supportive this whole show.
yeah, I love you too, Martin. I trust you with my life. Okay, yeah, maybe I don't know. I probably like jumped in front of a bus. I think that's good one. But anyways, like I said, this is a really cool option. Of course, it's all homebrew for now. I mean, it definitely looks that way. So there's really nothing promised or nothing sort of like in the works for being sold to people. But I hope they figure out a way to make this sort of doable or at least sellable. And I definitely would buy some. I just hope it's not as expensive as the Dream Connects that are like hundreds of dollars. They're cool, but I mean, I don't. Or was it Dream Connect? I forget what it was. I think with the wireless Dreamcast controller. Hope it's not as expensive as that, but just as cool.
I'm really hoping that they don't have to like destroy old Saturn controllers in order to make these wireless dongles to connect to the Saturn.
Sacrifices need to be made, my friend.
I don't know about that. I feel like there's going to be some factory in China that can still sell those connectors, even though they're proprietary.
They'll figure it out. I think there was actually some models for that, like 3D prints and designs for that you could get that, but I could be wrong. I usually am, but we'll see. All right, moving on to the next article. Sega and Microsoft equals new games or a platform. That was me trying to be confused. I'm confused all the time, but Monday, November 1st, Sega announced a partnership with Microsoft using its Azure cloud platform to produce large-scale global games. So I don't know if that means they're going to be like on the cloud games or it's going to be large-scale games using the Azure platform to generate online servers and stuff like that. Originally they announced that we talked about that and reported back in May of 2021 that they're working on the Super game. I just don't think it was related to Microsoft, but you just don't know what Azure is. It's their cloud platform, mostly for like enterprise stuff. So a lot of like workflow stuff. I use it at my work. It's really good. You can actually. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to dox myself, but it's good for. I use it for my work. Can launch up a lot of really cool agents for building stuff. I really enjoy it. I don't know if you have messed with Azure at all, or do you guys use something else where you work?
No, it's just Office and Teams and stuff. It's no fancy because it's not. We don't really do development. We just do research.
Fair.
I just want to comment on this. The whole super game thing that they're talking about. That just sounds like an excessively marketed word for MMO.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, especially with the cloud platform. I think it might be like a Phantasy Star Online 3 situation, or maybe like a Sonic MMO where we could be our own personas.
And that would I don't think the world can handle that. I don't think
you don't want like 50 million black and red hedgehogs walking around being edgy.
I'm sure the X the Hedgehog whole scene can survive just off of Sonic Forces, and maybe Sega could finally utilize more than one IP at a time and make an MMO that might even be original. I mean, Sega do they currently own or do they just produce the Persona SMT series?
That's Atlas, but technically it's their parent company, so.
Yeah, Atlas is Sega, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Sega owns Atlas, or I think it's like it's a weird thing. I think they just own it, so.
I mean, if they own it, they own it.
Fair. I'd like a Sakura Wars MMO. That'd be pretty good, but I doubt that ever come to fruition.
Yeah, they don't. Sakura Wars does not have the fan base or the pull to sustain an MMO. You need millions of players for that. But
Fair enough.
SMT, if they leverage Persona, could just do like a Pokemon style clone where it's just instead of Pokemon, it's demons, and they haven't changed the demons since like the Super Nintendo, so
That'd be kind of cool.
seems yeah. I mean, it seems like an easy thing to do, but you're probably right. It's probably going to be another Phantasy Star Online, where they don't really fundamentally change anything, and they don't really attempt to make a story. They just put Newmans and humans and robots on.
I just imagined a Newman from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Just like 1,200 of those.
put Newman from Seinfeld next to a human and a robot, and put him on some completely new setting that has absolutely no storyline ties to any of the previous games, so you can't get invested in this one either. And then run that game into the ground and don't port it to America for 12 years, and see how that goes.
It will go well. I know it will. But actually, I'd be down for a Shining Force MMO. That'd be kind of cool.
Again, they're only going to be doing, because Sega doesn't know how to use an IP. They're only going to be doing an IP that they have confidence that people know about, especially for an MMO. MMOs are very risky and can bankrupt companies. Just look at literally every MMO that's not like Blizzard or Square Enix in the last decade.
The last 12 decades, probably. No, that's 120 years. That's 120 years. Sorry about that. Did my math wrong. That's before the dawn of video games. I'm not thinking straight today. But yeah, I don't know what they would do. I'd be excited to try it though. I hope it's good. Somebody said Panzer Dragoon MMO in the chat. I'd be interested.
I'd find the Samba de Amigo MMO more likely than the Panzer Dragoon MMO. Sega does not care about the Panzer Dragoon IP at all. That's dead to them.
Yeah, but Virtua Cop MMO, you heard it here first. That's my call. That'd be cool. But anyways, definitely look forward to this whenever this materializes. I wish there was more we could say about this, but it literally is just a bunch of like, oh, we're going to work with Microsoft and make some cool things. Here's some cool technologies. We're going to make Azure, Microsoft do stuff, and it's going to be sweet.
If it's a partnership with Microsoft...
Panzer Dragoon being dead. They have 2 games in production that they signed off on.
Oh, geez. Uh-oh, we got an invader in here.
Panzer Dragoon, they're having Panzer Dragoon remake and the VR game. They're signing up. It's clearly not dead to them. I don't know what you're talking about.
So a remake is not a new game, and a VR game is also borderline not a main release.
Putting on all these goalposts is not good. It's not good thinking. They are brand new games. This is a remake that's enhancing the originals, and a VR game. They are a game.
To be fair, it's not Sega that's making it. It's like 2 other companies though. This one looks like a direct.
They still have to sign off on it. They're
outsourcing it. Yeah, they're outsourcing it. They're not really putting effort into it, and by definition, a remake is not a new game. At the very minimum, it's a step up from making a gacha game, which is what Shining is getting. The point is,
Gacha Shining MMO. You heard it here first, people.
Yeah. So the baseline here is just that Sega is not a good steward of their own property. However, what I was about to bring up is that Microsoft has actual potential to make an MMO. They own the Fable series, do they not?
Yeah, they do.
Well, I mean, there you go. As long as you.
Well, they're working on a Fable 4 right now.
Oh, is Peter Molyneux involved?
Probably, definitely not.
Wait, which one is it?
Yes, he's not involved.
Yes, he's not. Okay, so then no. Okay.
I don't know. I don't like Fable, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't trust Sega to make a good game with their own IP on themselves, but they can produce, as evidenced by Atlas remaining its own sub studio and being able to put out good games. And if they're in partnership with Microsoft, I suspect the Microsoft properties are in play. So maybe a Halo MMO, maybe a Fable MMO. I'm sure Microsoft
It'd be
has
weird.
a bunch of stuff.
It'd be weird for Sega to collaborate with that. It's probably gonna be something Sega related. They're just using their platform to develop it. Microsoft platform.
Maybe.
It's like saying that you're gonna collaborate with Amazon to host your servers.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
that's
thing.
how I took it.
What?
That's how I took it. They're just using the platform. They're not actually working with Microsoft to make games.
Okay. But Microsoft does have, okay, so they have a very strong platform. They have the whole Xbox Live Game Pass Ultimate platform, the Azure servers. They're coming out with a new version of Windows, which I assume is going to come out at the same time with a new version of DirectX. So they're going to definitely be helping them, at least on the tech part, to make a shiny new game. I'm just not seeing a lot of marketing potential currently for Sega to develop one of their existing IPs into a super game, what they're calling it, which is just I'm just reading that as MMO. If you need an MMO, you need a big enough world with a well-structured enough story that is also popular enough for people to get into it. Because there are also very, very good, well-written structures and stories that recently came out that people like that still died on the vine after 2 or 3 years, like Secret World or whatever it's called, or Wild something or another, Wildstar.
Beastars, love that anime.
What?
I'm just joking.
Okay, yeah, but the concept of a game this big, which is basically an MMO, let's just call it an MMO, a concept of a game this big needs an absolute certainty that it will be carried by millions of people, and the only people currently able of doing that are Blizzard, just by the fact that WoW is an institutional juggernaut, and Square Enix, because everyone knows what Final Fantasy is, and every once in a while we get a new one, and EVE Online kind of rides on a smaller but more consistent player base, but everything else just tends to die off after a year or two.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. It's probably gonna be something really silly like a Sonic MMO or something.
I really hope it's not a Sonic MMO.
It's probably gonna be.
Best case scenario, honestly, yes, Panzer Dragoon is dense enough where they could ride around it and do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, to me, it's either gonna be Sonic, Shining Force, or Panzer Dragoon if they do it, or Persona, because they said it's Sega, so it could be some Persona, or sorry, Shin Megami related.
It's going to end up being another PSO where financially they're probably going to end up losing money on it, unless they just release it in Japan and keep the servers small. I don't know.
We'll see. We got lots of time. This probably not going to come out for another year or two. So let's see it to E3 2022, baby. Maybe we'll get to play it there. I know I'll be at E3 2022 if it happens. So get your sites on our website, and we're going to be covering that. So, yeah, I think that's about it for this one. We had a lot more articles to cover, so we're probably going to move on, and we'll go back to this when they announce more. All right, this article is very interesting. The CD/ODE toggle switch. So, a commercial console modder, World's Console Mods, announced a new toggle switch that will enable owners of a 20-pin Saturn, so ODE, such as the Fenrir or Ray or Phoebe, to select between the use of their Saturn optical CD drive or their ODE, which I think is pretty cool. I know a lot of people have always been arguing, I want the option for the CD drive for testing and stuff, but I also want the option for the ODE as well. And of course you use Satiator, but I mean you also want it, you probably want to use it if you want to be able to use play some of the VCD games. So it might be very, very useful in that regards. In my opinion, I don't really have a need for it. I'm not saying that no one should be able to have it. I'm just saying that for my use case, I don't really have a need for something like this. Because it's like I have two consoles. If I want a ODE, I'll just use my real ODE. If I want a set. Actually, no, I have the satiator in that one, so I have ODE one and a satiator, so it's not really needed. So if I really want to play the VCD, I just remove it and put in the pseudo Saturn to play that on the disc.
What I'm confused about is the geometry involved here. How do you fit a drive replacement ODE and a disk drive.
It looks like there's some space in the Saturn, so it looks like you is able to break out. It looks like it's a tight fit, but it looks like it could fit. Yeah, so here's a picture video of it right here, the fin rear fitting side of it. It looks like it's small to fit in. I believe a Rhea can also fit in there, but something like the mode probably would not be able to fit in there, no matter the size.
I thought those ODEs had connectors that took up the connectors that the CD drive connected to.
I think he 3D printed securing mounts to it. This is what it looks like in this video.
Okay.
Yes.
So this install might be a little bit complicated. I don't know.
Maybe they're saying right here that it might be able to work for the mode, but it'd be a very tight squeeze getting everything to fit inside of there, and you probably would lose the ability to use the hard drive. But I think
the mode, you're not going to be able to fit an SSD in a mode at the same time as a CD drive. I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah, it's definitely
end up with an
tricky
SD card,
business.
Which is plenty. That's all you need. You just need a 512 or 1 terabyte SD card, and you have every Saturn game you'll ever want to play. And yeah, and then you just have to do a whole bunch of soldering work, or just pay Voltaire to do it for you.
Fair enough. Yeah, it looks like this is going to probably be aimed at a non-solderable install. But right now the design's only for 20-pin Saturn, so if you have that, you're able to.
I'm seeing soldered on wires in these builds.
Oh, you've seen that in there?
Yeah, I mean, just the third image down or something like that. There's
oh yeah, I do see it. Yeah.
And if you're going to be hijacking connector ports but still allowing pass through or something like that, I imagine you're going to have to solder on more wires onto the board or something.
This looks like this is plugged into the power supply though. Those wires that are coming into that.
My idea is maybe they just sandwich it. It's sandwich the ODE between both the connector port and the original drive. Do you think that'd be possible? That's my idea.
What I'm confused about is that does the ODE have some sort of pass through so that the CD drive can still feed into the system?
Yeah, it's here. They have a switcher on there, so you could switch between it. So you could pick between either the CD drive or the ODE.
Okay, so that's the board with the 3 little ribbon connectors on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That's what he's selling. That board.
Okay.
Or making, I should say.
Yeah.
And potentially that 3D printed tray as well.
Potentially, yes. Basically, the thing is that it's definitely going to give the satiator a run for its money, especially with the cheap price of the Fenrir. Because it'll be able to have the CD drive, you'll have the Wi-Fi and the MPEG card support with it. So it's going to be a big game changer for the scene, especially if people want everything. Like if they want the CD drive, if they want the ODE, and they want the MPEG support, it's going to be all three in one.
So does this thing have a price point yet?
No, I think it's just initial designs right now. He doesn't have a price point as of yet, but I believe once this comes closer to fruition, it will we'll announce a price point, and we'll keep. Like I said, we're gonna follow the project closely, so we'll check it out and see what they do with it, and maybe even have them on if possible. That'd be kind of fun.
So I'm not super familiar with the Fenrir's compatibility list, if there are any compatibility problems as of right now. But it sounds like this would be the path to the most complete Saturn that you could get. Would be a Fenrir with a 1 terabyte SD card, a VCD card, and the and this switch, allowing you to switch back to the CD drive.
Yes, I think it would be the ultimate Saturn if they got that, because you get everything, the best of both worlds, and have all that support. I'm kind of excited to check that out. I think I might give that a try once everything's said and done, and once everything's set up, I think I'll be buying this. Which Saturn I'm gonna put it into, I don't know. I think I might put it into my recapped one. I'm just not sure yet.
This might require case modification.
That too. That's a good point.
Because it's like a manual switch you gotta flip for the CD or the Fenrir?
Well, there is room in the Saturn to like wire out a switch to somewhere that's still accessible. Like you can wire it out through the CD drive if you don't mind sticking your finger in there, and there's a little bit of a clearance there for a very small switch. Or better, you could put it just above the VCD slot. Again, with a small switch, it should fit within the battery door with just lead wires.
That'd be kind of cool. Maybe even sell like a custom back case that has a built-in switch in it that you can wire up.
I mean, yeah, that would work.
It's just a little piece of plastic. You 3D print it, and if you don't want it anymore, just throw it out. And because there's plenty of room in there for the VCD card to run wires to it, and then just, yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah, with a cart in that slot, I think the clearance is still something like half an inch or something like that, or more. So there's plenty of room for this. I mean, I would prefer to leave these consoles as unmodified as possible. I think the only console where I've messed with the board or the case at all is a PlayStation. But for as far as like my Dreamcast is concerned, or any of my other consoles, I try to leave the case as intact as possible. If I pull the drive out, I save it somewhere, and I don't touch the board. I just plug things in. And so far, all the ODE solutions that I've had so far have not required anything more than that, save for the PlayStation.
It looks like Shadow Mask saying that. So you open and close the lid a second time to switch modes.
Oh, that's fun.
So
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, bye.
So yeah,
Is that what he's doing, or is that his idea?
I think.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. I thought that's. Oh, sorry. I thought that's what he's doing. No, I guess that's not what he's doing.
Oh, okay. Because it would make sense as a binary switch, but you just have to do it fast enough during the boot sequence. Like, I don't know what the window is for determining what to load.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it just seems easier just to have a toggle switch.
Yeah, it seems pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see what he does with it. Right now, my definitive thing is the satiator, but I'm really excited to have the option for this. And once this is all said and done, everything's sorted on it, I think I'm going to be going this route and just have the ultimate Saturn. But right now, the satiator is probably my favorite one out of all of the devices that are released as of yet.
I mean, I'm not aware of any VCD game that I want to play that doesn't already have some sort of patch for the non-VCD version. I don't think I'm ever going to need anything besides a satiator, because it's easier to dev on a satiator. You can just push stuff through USB.
Yeah, it's. I think the Fenrir though, you can actually load from Wi-Fi too.
Yeah, I guess, but at that point, I mean, I'm already set up here. I suppose if I had nothing and I wanted to save money, I could go with a Fenrir, assuming that the compatibility is good. Again, I haven't checked in on it because I haven't had a need to.
Yeah, but for now, let's. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But follow Will's Console Modification. It's at Will Console on Twitter, and keep up with the project. I can't wait to see what he comes up with, and hopefully I will be interested in buying it once that releases. Alrighty, man, we're running out of time here. We'll talk about the Sega Saturn Bootleg Sampler 3. So back in October 2014, 24th, Trekkies basically took his own take on the Sega Saturn Bootleg Sampler. So basically what this is a demo disc that I can't mute. The YouTube on video here. After I get like 25 ads, of course.
Well, you need to get uBlock. Where's your uBlock? Come on.
I don't like using uBlock. But yeah, as you can see, his bootleg sampler with all the demo games on there. It's really cool. There's videos on there and games, so you can play short demos. You can play some short games.
That's the nice thing about the homebrew games is that most of them will fit on a disc.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So I think I have the credits here. So the games that are playable are Tank Game, Cube Cat, Sonic Z Stream, Ninja, Penguin Manmaru, and Sakura Wars Translation. I believe that's the demo of that. And then the trailers is Police Knots, Grandia, Lunar Superstar Story, Fall Pro Wrestling, and Symphony of the Night. And it's just really interesting the way that's set up. And then of course there's also the demo disc that Palmet did of Shining Force 3 Deluxe Edition. which I think is kind of interesting. But I think this demo is a really cool one. It basically just lives up to the hype of the Bootleg Sampler 3. I don't know exactly what he did to modify. I think he just modified the original sampler himself, but you can see it's a cool little menu, has all the games on there. And of course, there's all the videos. So if you want to play something, you can do something. I kind of would like this for like every competition. Is that you guys make like a sampler disc where you can just play all these games on there, so that way people that want to experience it but don't want to download like 8 games can just try it on here instead of just having.
It would be nice to have a demo disc for every competition we have, but that's a lot of work for Trekkies, and people don't necessarily submit everything Trekkies needs to add stuff to the sampler, and there's not room for every game that comes out anyway. So like on the sampler, there's 10 games being represented out of, I think there's like 21 entries, right?
Yeah. I do think it'd be a cool competition perk is that the top X winners get put on the bootleg sampler. I think that'd be kind of really cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we can get Trekkies to volunteer for that, I can't make them do anything, but it would be appreciated.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down for that. I think that'd be a really cool thing, like just having like a couple playable games and maybe some video demos of it. I think that'd be a really cool perk for the competition. It really would maybe motivate more people to get into it and be a better prize for that. It's like, oh, cool, I'm on my own published disc, and like maybe we can have like somebody like produce discs for it or something, or like you know how they had like little plastic thing. Just have that all set, the cardboard thing, and have it put the discs in there. That'd be kind of really cool. But yeah, I think it's really cool. What games do you guys want to see on there? If they do another one, let us know in the comments if they missed anything. But yeah, I just think overall it's a really cool thing that he did for the community. I think. Oh, I like this. Get a demo disc for the Shiro magazine. Ooh, maybe like that.
I mean, that would be nice. I'm trying to think of how like doesn't that increase your printing cost by a lot?
Oh yeah, most definitely, probably more than likely 100%. But I think it costs next to nothing to print out discs nowadays. It's like pennies on the dollar.
Discs, but I mean, yeah, I guess. And then, but you'd want to have the sleeve and put the insert in and put a label on the disc. And right now, you guys are selling the magazine for so cheap, I think, right?
We have no definitive price yet. It's kind of been on hold with Dave going. Dave going a bit incognito.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, he's got stuff to do. I'm hoping we'll be able to get it out before the beginning of next year. I don't know how feasible that is. I can't make any promises. We're pressed enough for time as it is, but hopefully we could do it.
Basically, is what you're saying.
Probably not. Now I'm thinking about it. Probably not until next year, probably. But I'm not going to promise any time frames because we literally don't know ourselves.
But if it is for next year, then you're going to have the entire homebrew competition selection for being able to try and print a demo disc, even if it's just one of the games, or maybe get a random demo game printed, depending on because maybe if we can't do the demo disc, but maybe you just get the full copy of one of the entries.
Yeah, I think the only issue though with that is that we'd have to include a pseudo Saturn with every copy.
No, everyone's got a way of loading something.
We'll have to put needs pseudo Saturn to play.
Yeah.
Write it on the front of it. We'll figure it out. But yeah, if you guys are interested in getting these playing this demo disc, you can actually download it now on our website. I don't know if we're hosting it or we're linking to the hosting of that, but yeah, if you guys want to download and check it out, you can download on our website and let Tricky know what you thought of it. I
imagine it's hosted on Sega Extreme.
Probably. I can't see the link very well. I think it says... Yeah, I can't read that link. My eyes are bad. Yeah, it's SegaStream.net. It's a Sega Extreme link, so...
It's uploaded to the Sega Extreme forums. They're designed for people to download games off of. You're good.
Yep. Sounds good, guys, but go check that out. All right, in our last article, we have one more article, but we don't really have time for it. This one I thought we'd talk about before the show ends, and this is going to be a fun one. So PlayStation takes credit for the initial Tomb Raider launch, and Saturn fans aren't happy with that. I don't know if you saw that, but a couple weeks ago, we celebrated 25 years of Tomb Raider, which first appeared on the Saturn on October 25th, 1996 in Europe, exclusively on the Saturn. North American fans may remember it that were released on the 14th of November in 96, but the EU fans got a nice treat experiencing on the Saturn for a few weeks before it dropped on all the other consoles and PlayStation. But sadly, 25 years later, many fans are under the impression that it came out on PlayStation first, including PlayStation itself in the UK, which is a bigger sin because that's where the game came out earlier first in. So basically, they posted 25 years ago, Lara Croft arrived on PlayStation. That is not true entirely. Maybe in a like a week or two. And people are tweeting out shade to them.
Dan's post feels a little bit melodramatic, but I can't disagree with it.
Which one?
Dan Driver. It's on the article.
Oh, on the bottom of it. Yeah, we'll go. Basically, ooh, that's a cute guy. He said, "Yep, rewriting any history is dangerous, especially when companies do it for their own sort of promotion. It may seem trivial, but erasing the Saturn debut of Tomb Raider from the public conscience in favor of the PlayStation just isn't right and sets a worrying precedent." So I think he has somewhat of a point. I do think a lot of people that sort of got used to the fact that, oh, well, it was more successful on PlayStation, so that means it came out on PlayStation first, which is not how it works at all. And ironically, a lot of North American fans probably would think that way because it did come out on the same day for PS1, PC, and Saturn. So I can understand people's confusion with that. But I do think it is worrying in a way.
So did PlayStation make that tweet on October 25th?
Yeah.
Okay, so they know the correct date because that is when it came out on Saturn in Europe.
Yeah.
And how do you screw that up?
It's called people thinking that PlayStation is where Lara Croft came from. But if you think about it, like if you say Lara Croft, what system is she associated with, you're going to hear PlayStation. While technically it was supposed to be a exclusive on Saturn, that of course changed and got even worse by the fact that Sony paid them money to make it exclusive. Especially, here's a description of what happened exactly. If you guys aren't familiar with the way that the exact process happened, so Sony PlayStation uses all the money and chops off the Tomb Raider 2 for themselves. So essentially, they paid IDOS all that money and got exclusivity, console exclusivity on the PS1, while Saturn did not get any other Tomb Raiders after the first one, sadly. Which is a big slap in the face because there was once supposed to be a Sega Saturn exclusive experience, but then, of course, money happens and Saturns fail, and sadly, it didn't happen. Which was a bummer, really. It's a big bummer. And I think I wrote about, it's interesting that if you have enough money, you can potentially rewrite history, and if you're successful enough, you can rewrite history. So I guess this is the victors write history, and of course, PlayStation being the victors, technically, I guess they could do what they want in an incorrect world, but we got to keep the true history alive that it actually came first on Saturn and was a Saturn child. But yeah.
So the thing about that is that the exclusivity didn't last very long. And to answer Shadow Mask's question, so it came out in Europe on Saturn in Europe on 25th of October, and then 14th of November in North America, it did North America, Saturn, and PlayStation. It is Saturn, PlayStation, and Microsoft at the same time. DOS, not Windows, which is kind of weird considering how 3D the game is. Like at that point, they would have had 95 to work off of, but whatever.
I mean, you can launch DOS things from 95, so.
Yeah, you can. It had native DOS support up until like at least XP, I think. But Yeah, that's not really the point. The point is, for a North American, it's easy to make the mistake because that's when we did get it all at the same time for two consoles and PC. But in Europe, Sony of Europe making that mistake is weird because they're the last people to get it. No, sorry, Japan's the last people to get it. But in Europe, PlayStation didn't get it until after
Saturn.
Saturn obviously got it first in Europe, and then everyone in North America got it first.
Yeah, it's kind of a big sadness, and it just goes to show how unrepresented the Saturn is and how people really associate Lara Croft with the PS1, which I think people really kind of view the same thing. I mean, now it's changed where they release it on multi-platforms. Now Square Enix owns it, weirdly enough.
So, if as long as we're rewriting history, can we just go ahead and assert that only the European Saturn version of Tomb Raider has a working nude code?
Yeah, Nude Raider works in the Saturn version, guys. If you want Nude Raider, play the Saturn version. That's confirmed by me. 100%. But anyways, I think that's about it. Oh, are we over?
Well, there's Command and Conquer, but you know that's. Everyone just go read Peter's thoughts on Command and Conquer on their own time.
We'll save that for next week. We'll save that next week.
Okay.
We're over by a bit.
Okay. I guess we got to sign out or whatever.
Yeah, we'll hear it next week. Dave gave me 25 bajillion articles this week, so thank you, Dave, for that. But we'll start off with, Command and Conquer next week. But before we go, why don't we thank our patrons? So let me get the list up because I forgot to open the link to that. I'm a bad Patreon person.
Martin Evans, just real quick, I just want to give out the nude code. It's ABC Start. That's the nude code. Okay. Anyway, go. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Hell yeah! Also, why is it so big?
So let's name and shame the patrons.
All right, so I guess we're gonna thank all our $10 and up patrons. So Emerald Nova, hi, you're right there. Thank you very much. I love you. Johannes Fetz, 32-bit stuff. Derek, aka Team Momfest, Tanuki Trev, and Young Money SWE. Thank you very much for backing us at the $10 and up tier. If you guys would like to be shouted out on the podcast, feel free to back us on there. $10 and up will get you shout out on the Shiro show and the podcast. Everyone from $1 and up will be put on the we'll get in their name in the credits and possibly the magazine when they release that. And of course early access content like the fully edited Shiro show or the early Pandemonium videos. So if you guys want that, $2 and up get you most of that stuff. So definitely back us on there. Oh yeah, if you want Shiro merch, if you want to support us but you want some merch, go on our merch store at Threadless, Sega Saturn Shiro. It's on our website, SegaSaturnShiro.com. Emerald Nova is wearing the beautiful shirt. He is my shirt model. Do you want to stand up to show us the shirt?
Oh boy, let me get up and
model off
the
the shirts. Yeah, there he is. Shiro shirt right there. We got some beautiful merch. Go on we get some pretty good shirts that you could view. If you guys want some of those beautiful shirts, got circuit designs. Don't have any new designs yet. I'm working on getting some new ones up, so that'd be kind of cool once we get that. Don't know why I opened it up in this window.
Very soft. It's incredibly comfortable, actually.
Very incredible. Yeah, so your Threadless store right here, you can go to it. It's on our little website. Got some really cool shirt designs here. Got Sagata, got our Shiro show with the CRT. Got our circuit board designs. So if you guys want to represent some cool Shiro merch, definitely check out our store. Definitely patronize us. So yeah, and if you can't support us financially, definitely check us out. Share out our stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share us out, let people know Shiro show is a Shiro thing. Nothing but a chicken wang. But yeah, definitely share us out. We're gonna play some Soccer Wars for our live stream portion, so stick around for that. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in 5 minutes when I do this setup. Give me a second. I'm gonna chug some water. I'm going to switch over to the gameplay portion, and hopefully it works.
Okay.
All right, so
Now that I'm
I'm
off screen.
mute this. You are off screen. Sorry.
There we go.
You have not.
Time to take off this awful t-shirt.
Please do. I would as well. Let me just switch over the video.
Does anyone mind if I loudly eat a party pack of tacos
I do.
on the microphone?
Yeah, let's not do that. I would ask you to mute your mic before you eat. Turn that up a little bit. Go. We're not going to be playing pinball games today. We did that already. Let me do that. I'm going to play some Soccer Wars. So hopefully you guys like soccer. I certainly don't. Oh, that's under fans translations. I'm dumb. Ignore my dumbness, people. I'm not good today. I'm pretty dumb. Let's play some Soccer Wars. Get some soccer going. I know you guys like soccer. Why is everything blowing up on me? I don't know why. Sorry.
It sounds like a good, not fan game. What am I thinking of? Homebrew game to try and figure out how to make.
I like homebrew. Let's continue.
Just do like the old dodgeball on a NES.
Now I'm thinking of like an actual tactical RPG, except just take Final Fantasy Tactics, but make everyone Waka from Final Fantasy X.
Down. I like Shadow Mask. Sakura Wars. Oh no, World War II guys, watch out. Or daily, it's World War I.
This is the Russian Civil War, I think.
Ah, fair enough. They got laser muskets in the Civil War. I did not know they had that.
It's just like all the '90s cartoons. They all shoot with laser muskets.
Pew pew.
With how to describe the American Civil War in the second game, I wouldn't put it past them to actually have laser muskets.
I want some laser muskets. An
so wait,
enemy.
what year is this supposed to be?
1923.
Okay, and she's a former czarist that had to escape the country.
They don't explain too much, and it's not. They don't say if the theory. My theory is that she was part of the White Army, but in their timeline, the White Army actually survived and won because by the 1940s, the city is still called Petrograd rather than like one of those Soviet names.
Leningrad.
Yeah.
They put Lenin in front of everything. I think was it Leningrad became Moscow, right?
I thought Leningrad became Stalingrad.
Yeah, then it became Moscow. Yeah. I think, right?
Moscow is different from Stalingrad.
Oh,
a different city.
Is it still Stalingrad, or did they rename that again?
I think they called it St. Petersburg now.
Really? Huh.
Let me look this up.
I did not know that.
Oh, now it's called Volgograd.
Really? Oh my god. They need to stop renaming it.
St. Petersburg is somewhere else.
Okay, but I mean, to be fair, if your city is named after a mass murderer, you kind of want to change a brand.
I guess, but I mean, one mass murder, it's like weird, you know?
That might have just been the name before Stalin named it after himself.
Stalingrad. Oh, so is the video a little bit pink, or is that just me?
Oh, actually, guys, looking at the time, I'm probably going to have to bail really soon.
R.I.P. But no, I definitely understand, man. It's all good, though. Thank you for joining us, being on the news segment, though.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
I'll doing my fill-in for Dave duties or whatever that I guess I paid to do. I don't know how this job works anymore.
I'll take over for the gameplay portion.
That works.
All right, cool. We appreciate it. Okay, I was about to say, see, wouldn't unmute your mic so you can like hang out and do stuff, but it's already unmuted.
He's talking.
Sorry if I sounded like I was yelling at you about the Panzer Dragoon. I was in the car and it's been raining really hard.
Oh no, I get it.
I thought he was. I was like, oh man, this is getting out of hand.
What did you say about my series? No. I get it. But my point is like, there's a difference between making Half-Life 2 and Half-Life Alyx or stuff like that. Or
I mean, it's the same
Shining
company.
Force 3 and Shining Force Gotcha. I don't feel like I don't have any confidence in Sega being able to make a good game with their own stuff. And so I think their go-to strategy right now is just letting other people do stuff for them, and whatever they pitch, they'll say, okay, if it's cheap, we'll greenlight it.
I like how they
guess, like,
appeared with the ninja. I like that.
I'm gonna call Sega the Netflix of video games for right now, until they change their strategy.
Does that mean that Disney's gonna buy out a bunch of games and gonna take them off the platforms?
I mean, I wouldn't put past Disney to do anything like that, considering it's Disney. I mean, look how much trouble they had getting Sora into Smash Bros, and they still weren't allowed to use any of the actual Disney characters next to them.
That's pretty funny.
Personally, I always joke that Sega makes good games as long as they're not Sonic.
Fair enough.
I mean, Yakuza is great. SMT has been great since like after 3. Yeah, I mean, they have good properties. I mean, I don't particularly enjoy PSO2, but I
think it's pretty bomb.
I remember
Yeah,
last 2020, they're ranked as like on, I think with Metacritic, as the #1 publisher, and coincidentally, that was a year without any Sonic games.
Did them a favor.
Of course. That's all they know is Hedgehog. But yeah, so PSO2, I'm acknowledging is a good game that is just not my taste. But let me just look up Sega games for 2021 just to see what they put out this year, or maybe this year isn't a good example for that. But it's a lot of stuff is stuff you might not have known that came out, like an Alex Kidd game and a Super Monkey Ball game.
Huh.
Also, on the PC side, they released a lot of RTS.
Total War, yeah, the Total War series, that's super popular. Like, again, not my bag of tea or whatever you call it, but legitimate game series with good quality behind it.
Every time I play this game, I forget to add that patch, and I just feel really bad that I keep forgetting because I see all the messed up sprites, and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad. I should really play the actual one.
I'll send you the 2.0 build, so you don't need to patch it or anything.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you, my dude. I'm sorry, guys, on the team. I love this game. I just been super busy.
I do think, in terms of MMOs, I think the only other Sega property that they could actually pull it off is a Yakuza MMO.
So I could see a Sleeping Dogs and/or Yakuza MMO, but it still feels kind of limited because a lot of the strength and appeal of those games is being stuck in a very specific location and dealing with very specific kinds of threats. And an MMO needs to be big. I don't know that you can make an MMO out of just like one city, which is what those games are good at. I mean, maybe you could.
Maybe if like you can actually go into every building, so even though the map is technically small, is very, it's even denser than usual. That would be very delicious.
So yeah, I get that, and so that maybe that'll be enough for something like that to happen. I'm just trying to think because this isn't the first time something like that has been attempted. I think Neverwinter, like the very first MMO, Neverwinter Nights, not the first person or first player single player PC game afterward. That would have taken place in a single city. And I'm sure there's at least one or two MMOs since then that have taken place around a single city that weren't just Korean grind fests. So yeah, maybe
that sounds that sounds very sexually charged.
No. Japanese grind fest, maybe I could see that, but Korean grind fest. If you play MMOs, you know exactly what that means. It's
yeah,
like,
the way that you said
Desert
it sounded
Online.
very, very sexual in nature. I was like, what the heck?
But here's my confidence level in Sega. They will either try to port the Sonic Forces character creator into an MMO and just make a whole bunch of really short running paths that people can challenge over and over again, or they're gonna make yet another PSO, which is probably just gonna be PSO 2 with a graphics upgrade and more maps, but the same mechanics.
It's a SAO
That's
2.
all. Yeah, that's all the creativity I expect from Sega, and anything else they would have to outsource it. Which is why I was fielding the idea of Microsoft properties and Microsoft development being put into this kind of project. But even then, that might not end up happening.
I don't think it's going to be an existing property. I think it's going to be all new.
I mean, that'd be nice, assuming that Sega's capable of being creative anymore.
Aren't they?
I think they have plenty of creativity. It's just if they are willing to put in the budget.
They got this.
I mean, if they you have no choice for an MMO. Even the most basic, crappiest MMO is a 7-figure budget. I mean, look at what happened to Shroud of the Avatar. Like it's an easy target for people to make fun of, but I backed it, so I get the privilege. That is a game that was originally marketed as like a normal RPG with potential multiplayer aspects that got turned into a full-blown MMO, and they ended up burning through tens of millions of dollars in capital and multiple rounds of capital investment seeking in order to produce a game that was more or less just a Unity store, asset store, dress up and party game with some RPG elements that were incredibly unbalanced. It's very easy to screw up an MMO even with a very large budget. So even if they throw money at it, that's not a guarantee it's going to be even playable.
Oof. Understandable. It's
Of course,
trying to kill
we
this
could all
guy.
just could be barking up the wrong tree with all that news earlier about Microsoft and Sega and potential MMOs.
In all honesty,
Well,
it's probably gonna be, like I said, it's probably gonna be something like, oh, we do something with their servers. It's not like gonna be a collab. It's like, oh, hey, we're using servers to do this thing. So that's the way I interpreted.
We're using Super Game to paint our expectations based off of what has previously been demonstrated in the market. So the most obvious thing to think of is, yes, an MMO, but maybe they have some other new concept, like, hey, here's a lobby and you can go play all of our old catalog of games and rack up high scores and compete against each other with custom formats, not unlike maybe Mario Maker or something like that. And it would play into Sega's strength of re-releasing all of their games forever for all time, and also maybe copying what Nintendo's successes are.
Heal up a little bit. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they have coming. I think it's gonna be something. I'd like to say it's something cool we don't expect, but like I said, it's probably gonna be something like, oh, we're gonna focus some of our games using this engine, or maybe have like a online so like the in the cloud game. I guess that makes any sense.
I mean, what they might do, like, you guys remember Ready Player One, right?
Yep.
Okay, so wasn't Sega involved, at least partially, in the production of the movie of that?
I don't recall.
I don't remember exactly. All I know is that it was not a good movie.
I liked it enough.
Yeah, that's right.
It's enough. It's a passable schlock, and a lot of people like the book, even though it didn't sound like the book was even that good either. But maybe they're taking a cue from something like that, where it's like, here's just a whole bunch of different game styles that merge one into another or something like that in order to accomplish some overall goal. So it's kind of like I said before, like, hey, run through these different kinds of games. Like, here's a level of Sonic, here's a level of Alex Kidd, here's a Shinobi level, or
That'd be kind of cool. It's like Nintendo theme park.
Yeah, or I was thinking kind of like WarioWare, where it's just maybe not that transparent, but like a whole bunch of mini segments of classic games in some sort of competition format.
I'm blowing up this barrel. Take that, barrel. I still haven't killed the barrel. I'm in a giant tanker, and I can't kill a barrel. I feel embarrassed, guys. Why can't I kill a barrel? Why must this
I
game
have to say
curse
the
me?
worst part about Soccer Wars is definitely the mobility aspect of the Kobu. They just do not move far enough, and these maps are just too big.
Yeah. It's like takes forever, and it's like so many rounds. Like, oh, I guess I'll just take my time destroying this barrel and just chilling out.
Yeah, I remember the last time I saw you playing this. You were on that big map near the tower with all the grass on it, and it was very confusing trying to figure out how you were able to go up some slopes and not others.
Yeah,
Soccer Wars 2 fixes that. Yeah, it fixes all that.
Well, that's good. I can't wait to play.
Seriously, I do have to go. So you guys have fun blowing up giant robots.
I will.
I'll probably be around next week. In fact, I'll definitely be around next week because it's Veterans Day weekend. I'm just gonna be doing a coding push, and I'll just take time out just to talk Saturn with you guys.
Oh wow, it is Veterans Day next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, I get 2 5-day weekends this month. I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but like I get 2 Thursdays off. Yeah, I get Veterans Day off, and I get Thanksgiving off, and I get my flex time, so I'm just gonna spend that on that Friday and get 2 5-day weekends, and they're just gonna end up being spent coding Saturn game.
That's pretty cool, actually. Let me know how that turns out.
Yeah, well, you'll find out in January. See you guys.
See you later, my dude. I'm gonna move her around the side too with them. They can vibe. I want to store the barrel. I'll keep it for there. Gonna kick this guy's ass.
Yeah, I've gone through like 4 different maps on Soccer Wars 2 so far, and it seems like the maps are a lot smaller, which makes the battles go by have a lot better pacing.
Oh yeah, you're playing it with the guide, right? How is that going?
Yeah, so funny enough, there's been a roundabout thing where I started a Dreamcast version, but then it started getting corrupt.
Wait,
and
what?
None of the actual pictures would show up. I must have changed some sort of setting, and I was too lazy to fix it. So then I tried the Saturn version on an emulation, and that also wasn't working properly. So I had to go for the PSP version. And I'm using a combination of the old guide from 20 years ago, plus some auto translator that you can just push a button and it'll send a screenshot to somewhere.
So this is just the Saturn emulator, right? Or the PSP emulator?
Yeah, PSP emulator.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. How far did you get in the game so far?
I am on chapter 5. I'm at the obligatory beach episode.
Of course. Every anime/game has a beach episode. I can't wait to see if this game has it.
You want me to spoil that part for you?
No. I'll figure it out. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I will be patient and I will wait for beach episode.
Or do you want me to tell you if there is one or not?
Nah, it's cool. I'll learn the hard way or the sad way. I think I attack from here. Let me check. Attack. I can attack. I'm gonna shoot this guy. Text, make sure it's nothing important. I hit barrel and that guy, and he's still not dead. What the heck?
You gotta have better affinity with them.
I just met her. Dang, making me work for it. You punch this guy. Oh, whoops. That's not the character I thought it was. I wanted to heal with that character. That's not good. Gonna wreck my butt. Oof. That's
yeah. I've been going through that playthrough of the second game, and the wheels in my head are turning as to what we could do if we ever get around to that game.
That'd be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see. I wonder. I don't know if has anybody looked into it all or.
No. Unfortunately, everybody's busy with their own lives.
That's fair. I definitely understand that, though. It sucks, but it is what it is. I think eventually they'll get to it. I just don't know if that'll be on the Switch, or sorry, Switch. If it's going to be on the Saturn or the Dreamcast.
I think Saturn probably has the best chances.
Why the Saturn one?
I remember when we were working on columns too. Eric was always mentioning that the Dreamcast just does not have very good debugging tools.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, the Dreamcast emulation and stuff like that needs to mature a little bit more.
That's kind of surprising to me because I assume that it'd be the opposite, where Dreamcast would have the better debugging tools.
I think so. With its long history of homebrew, I guess not.
That's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, did Derek look into like the code base of it at all, or?
Of this game?
Soccer Wars 2.
Oh yeah. I do not remember if he ever did. But I know he's super busy with all those other projects of his.
Yeah, because he's working on that. Was it the?
Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, Sam Show. Yeah. Oh geez, the boss battle. Wait, what the heck? He's not gonna kill that person, is it? Don't do anything. Ow. Okay. I guess that's cool. Did I not win that one, or what?
He's supposed to get away.
Oh, fair enough. Did you ever like not do anything, or does it like do that no matter what that he gets away?
It does it no matter. It does it regardless.
Oh, fair. Is it just people hate you more that you don't jump in and save the kid?
Yeah,
That's
it's
fair.
the whole illusion of choice thing.
Where am I? I don't like this. Why is Koron and this other guy looking down at me? I don't like this. Does this mean that Koron's a turn cloak?
She must be the mole.
Oh, that's not good. This is big turn cloak vibes. I don't like this at all. I don't like this. No. 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 I don't. What does it mean by remodeled? I don't like the sound of that. Are they like gonna add robot parts to me or some shit?
We'll see.
Oh boy, my favorite.
RoboCop style.
Does that mean I gotta fight a giant walking mech?
That's all you've been doing in this game.
Let's say that's what you're doing, yeah.
Oh jeez. I do not like this. Not liking this. This is not good. Yeah, I don't want to be ED-209, please. Or like, was it the sequel, the guy that they put his Kane's brain in the robot?
Yeah, it was like,
That was messed up. I think that probably gave me the fear of like the robot stuff. Am I robot? Yeah, Evans and I were on the same page. Kane and RoboCop 2. I hated that. That stuff freaked me out. Why do I not think this is a dream? Don't be Andrew. I didn't do anything. It's just people one thing I can't fix. Yeah, that's not good. I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all. Does she give me give me robot legs or something?
Oh, it actually was just a dream.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of sus. Sleep tight. I don't like that. Nope, not liking that at all. I don't want to be Edie. I don't want to be Kane, please. Not again. They stole my freaking kidneys. Oh, Kami needed as a nuke. That's kind of funny. That's pretty funny, actually. I really need to rewatch RoboCop. I haven't watched it in so long. Of course, I'm gonna skip the third one because that was awful.
That was the best one. What are we talking about? He gets
Oh,
a
yeah.
jetpack.
Oh yeah, he gets a yeah. Literally, it's kind of funny. They made that super violent movie PG-13, and they like made toys just to. It was the weirdest thing. It's like why would they think that's a good idea? It's like the kids didn't watch the first two and be freaked the F out because the movie is not made for kids.
I think there was a TV show too.
Oh God.
Two of them. There's a live action and a cartoon.
What is up with Hollywood? I had a dream about you. That That's hilarious.
When you get to the parts where you make them your waifus.
That only happens like at the last two chapters of the game. Funny, weirdly enough.
Yeah. I might have to like censor the last part if that's the case. No, I'm just joking. I don't think that. I mean, if it was like, oh yeah, like the end, you get like they're fully nude and shit, I'd be like, okay. I don't think that's the case though.
This game's only rated T.
That's good. Leap out like that? Why'd you leap back out then? The kid, sir, please let me speak for this once. The battle title your own faults. So I'm gonna tell her she's fucking wrong. Sorry, don't care. She sounds like Worf almost. Very well. Let's assume for a moment that you had died when saving that child. Ensign, at that point, could you truly say you'd fulfill your duty as captain of the Flower Division?
You know, they are both Russian.
Oh yeah, that's right. Technically, Worf is Russian. I forgot about that. This sounds like Alexander Rodchenkov or whatever.
Yeah, Rozhenko.
Rodchenko, yeah. I actually was watching Deep Space Nine again. That show's so good.
It's the best series.
I know. What episode did I just watch of that? I can't... Oh, it's the one where Cisco quit his job as the emissary, and like some other guy took over, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it like a family-based system. So anybody else that's not, I'm gonna throw you off this balcony and kill you." It's like, how about we not do that? Oh no, the last one I watched is when that one person took over was influencing the commander's Benjamin Sisko's son and making him write and stealing his creative juices, I think.
I didn't watch too much of the early seasons. I always didn't watch too much of the early seasons.
I think this is season 4 though.
I don't remember that episode then.
It's not that great of an episode, to be honest. I actually watched the one episode that I actually do not like. I do not like, but I like it at the same time as Hard Time. I don't know if you know what that episode was.
What happens in that one?
It's the one where Chief O'Brien gets taken by that one group because he got arrested for espionage. And
that one.
Yeah, that one.
Taken to it. It's taken to like a Cardassian court.
No, that's another one, but that episode is also good. This one is basically they accuse him of espionage and they put him in this jail for 20 years. But it turned out it was just like a imprint on his memory, and he was really only there for a couple hours.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
the one where he killed his cellmate. Yeah,
over food. I thought that was like really messed up. But yeah, I don't like it because the episode just stresses me out and it's really depressing. Because he yells at his daughter and almost hits her, and then he tries to kill himself. It's like, I don't know, this is too much for me.
And the joke is that O'Brien must suffer every season.
Pretty much
every episode.
It's every season. I mean, technically he suffers because he is forced to do all the stuff, but he does suffer quite a bit in that show. But yeah, I like the episode. I think it's really good. It's like the opposite of Inner Light with Picard, where he gets sucked into that race and like gets taken over by that probe. It just is way too much. Why am I getting like yelled at? I missed it.
So basically, Maria was arguing about how you were leading the Flower Division, how you leapt in. And then, because you end up getting injured and you're falling in and out of consciousness for the next couple of days. And right now, basically, Ogami is still in that sense of phasing in and out of consciousness. But now those words that Maria was saying is starting to get to him. The idea that maybe he is doing the wrong thing and leading in a bad way might end up getting more people killed.
Fair enough. It's like a conscience thing. Ogami, why are you naked in this room, sir? What? Okay, he collapsed in the room. Maybe he should be, like, resting and not walking around the library. Just my suggestion.
Right, and so he was trying to chase after Maria because she left in a huff, basically, after telling him off about how he was running things.
Gotcha. I want to say I'm worried about Maria. Yeah, that makes sense. Not if we're looking for troubles.
And Maria's only saying that because of her history in the
Oh, yeah.
Russian Civil War.
Oh yeah,
And
her
because she was the
captain
before
getting.
you.
Oh, captain getting like completely murdered.
And she was the captain before you, so she knows a little bit about how things should be run, supposedly.
Fair enough. It's kind of weird how I'm an ensign, yet I'm captain.
I guess ensign is the rank in the Navy, but captain is just like the name of the position in the Flower Division.
Interesting. Yeah, it is a different universe, so I'm not sure. Am I like wasting my time going in these rooms, or is somebody in here? I don't remember.
This is just free time, so you should be looking around for. I think.
I gotcha. I'll just look around then. I don't want to keep knocking on these doors. I'll see what everyone's doing. I kind of liked it when they gave you a hint of where everyone was, but I can see why they wouldn't want to do this in this version. Captain of the Girl Squad. That's kind of funny. Anything to say to you? Awkward. Oh, am I getting punched? Did I pass out again? Oh no. This is not a dream. Oh, did you see that Vine I posted, by the way? Or not Vine, the TikTok I posted?
No.
I made it, I was looking on pound.it, and somebody made like a small flash video of Maria just waiting in the rain with an umbrella, and then Ogami comes and picks her up. And I remember watching that years ago. I didn't know the context of it, but now I watch like, oh heck, it's a Sakura Wars video. So I think I can send you a link of it, but it's really cool. I posted the TikTok on the general chat. I don't know if you saw that before or not, though.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I'll post it in the general chat. It's pretty cool. Well, I mean, after the stream, I'll do that, of course. I like how he's just like a picture in the sky. This would be a screen or something, or what? I have no idea what he's doing. Who would have known this JPEG would stop me? Gahaha, fahaha, mwahaha. Lots of ahas you could add into there. I still think Jaja Ja's my favorite laughing. I think that's Brazilian. Or Portuguese. What could it mean? What could it be now? Do 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 do. I know I saved like 12 times, but it doesn't have the chapter names, so I don't want to accidentally start an old chapter and have to redo a lot of it again. Really wish they would have put like a little timestamp on there like they do in the older games, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Exactly. So Cerulean is correct. Hopefully I said that name wrong. I mean, right? I said it right. Cerulean. Cerulean in the chat.
Cerulean.
Cerulean. Sorry about that. Cerulean, sorry. You get to the command room. We gotta command some stuff, guys. Did she die?
No.
Oh,
so basically that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that guy was part of the evil team. He was goading Maria into confronting him one-on-one. Because that guy knows her history of her dark history.
Fair enough. Also, I'm loving this pose that Iris is doing right now. It's like almost JoJo-esque. It's like or trying to get the hands right. Something like that. That's it. Or was it like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? Something. She lived in Russia. I did not know. It's like like this, like this, like this. Codename is Cassowary. Cassowary. There we go. Flying eating bird. Name.
I don't get why they call it that. That's not what a cassowary. Cassowaries are just like smaller ostriches, I think.
I like ostriches. They taste pretty good. She is big, dark, edgy person with a past. We can't leave her alone. We gotta do this. There she is with the pose again. She posing, like that. This hand motion thing, like, I don't know how to do that. Like that, maybe? Like that? I don't know. I like it, though. I like what she's doing. And she's like, gotta grab it like that. That. There we go. Hey, is that a call out, Cerulean? Cerulean? I do not appreciate that. I have plenty of hair right here. That's why I have the hair. I'll grow it out and be like, I'll throw it over my shoulders and put it on my head. I used to have long hair, but it all looked bad, so I shaved it off. Save again? I literally just saved. I mean, I appreciate all the save points, but damn. I gotta back up all my saves constantly. There we go. We gotta make sure we save, guys. We don't want to mess up. Don't want to mess up. Also, I almost did the okay sign. I forgot you can't do that anymore. That's like bad vibes. I think, isn't that right? Like you can't do like the was the circle in the hand and the thumbs or anymore or something? Because like it got taken over by like right-wing people or something.
Yes.
Gotcha. I will not do that then. Just shooting the hell out of everything. I like it. Uh-oh, I don't like this.
I mean, there is one villain in this game that has a swastika on his forehead.
Is it that, or is that like the temple for like the markings for the Buddhists, or is it literally just a swastika?
I think it is supposed to be that Buddhist thing, but they never mention it, and it's just really weird. It's just out of place.
Yeah, it reminds me of in Yu Yu Hakusho they have the same thing. One of the characters has that monk thing on his head, the monk symbol. I just thought it was kind of funny. Also, yikes. Are we literally just at the same area except night and rain? I mean, as long as it works, I guess. Let's do it. Defend. Man, the movement does suck in this. I really wish it would compensate.
And Soccer Wars 2, they actually include an undo button. Basically, make the wrong you go to the wrong spot. And
Nice.
They also have a miniature map that shows like a grid that shows what enemy you're actually attacking. It's a lot more easier because there is an issue of like depth perception.
Man, I really hope we get that soon. I really would like to play that. This game's really good, JR. I really like the story and I love the characters in it. I think it's probably one of my favorite Saturn games. RPG is definitely simplistic. It's definitely not the toughest thing in the world, but it's still fun. I don't know if it gets insanely hard though. I've only been playing a couple missions. Before when I played, it doesn't seem that difficult.
It gets harder near the end. What you have to do is you gotta cheat. What it turns out is it's actually really easy to cheese if you use Ogami's cover command. He'll take the hit for any girl that's being attacked, and it won't damage him, or it won't damage anybody. Good way of harvesting, grinding for more affection points.
How exactly do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so pause the game when not pause, but don't do anything when it's Ogami's turn to move.
Yeah.
It'll be one of the options on the right hand side. So go to special.
You cover.
Cover, and then you select one of the girls that you want to cover. Whenever they get attacked, you'll jump in, basically block the attack.
I see. So I'll probably Can I select it and then move them, or do I have to like keep them still?
You can. It'll stay on that girl for as long as you want, but you can change it to whoever whenever you want to switch it over.
Okay, and I just defend, right? Or no, it just I still move, right,
You
and
can
do
do whatever
stuff.
you want. It doesn't even
I
like,
got
use
you.
one of your actions.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's gonna come useful. Of course, they're smart and hit Ogami. Oh, never mind. No issues found. 4 shots. Can you leave Ogami alone, please? What has he done to you? He's just trying to vibe, and you guys are like shooting him. I said shitting him. My bad. I meant shooting him. Here we go. Good luck.
Oh yeah, so Rulian. So that's actually part of the 1.0 patch. The 2.0 patch fixes the glitches when you get hit.
Yeah, that was me. I needed to patch it. I'm really bad with that. Well, I can't move, so I'm gonna punch this guy in the face. Take that. I sure learned him a book. Can't do anything. Can't do anything. I wish that, can you choose other people for their turns, or do you have to play the character that you select?
Basically, you have to play them in the order that they're being presented to you.
In turn. That's dumb.
I think in the second game they do fix that somewhat, but I can't really tell.
That's all good. I want to poke him with a stick. No, this is actual hardware. I'm just really bad with updating stuff. It's actually pretty disrespectful that I do that too, because I feel really bad. It's like I'm not showing off their best work. I'm like giving a bad impression. I feel really bad about doing that. I really should fix that. It's me and Siwen. Saturn Dave's not here, man.
We should have played more of Star Wars GV, so that comes out on Monday.
Aw, dang it! I forgot about that. There's like 3 minutes left, so I don't think we'll have time.
I just hope my programmer surfaces one day, because getting kind of close to the release, and he has all the patch files.
Fair enough. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think. I was thinking Monday, but the thing is that I'm gonna go see the My Hero movie on Monday. Are you a My Hero fan by any chance, or?
Yeah. I unfortunately don't have much time to watch anime.
Oh, I feel you. Well, you have a lot of projects, so that's understandable. But yeah, no, that's yeah, but I think probably next week. Oh wait, no, probably not next week. Maybe actually next week. Yeah, maybe actually next week. 'Cause we have that special episode. We have a special Shiro show next week. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're a big fan of Shiro, we got, and you're still watching, we got a big show tomorrow for you. It's tomorrow, next Friday. It's pretty huge. I'm surprised we got to happen, but I'm excited to try it out.
We got a special guest or something?
A very special guest. I don't want to spoil it though, but I think everyone's gonna enjoy the guest. At least I hope they do. Yeah, I'm hoping to go on Monday and see it. Cerulean. It's just like, oh dang, 2 for 1. I'm gonna restore though first. There we go. Let me my body blocker. There we go. Oh crap! Did he just crit me? Yeah, he kind of did. I like how they're just vibing. Punch him. There's no way to save mid battle, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
Gotcha. Oof. I guess I'll play this next time. But dang, can't believe you get that. Probably have to call it, guys. I actually have to run right now. I have to do some things. But it was great playing this again, guys. Great to see when. I'm excited for the patch. It's you said it's dropping on Monday, or is it still? It's still up in the air.
So it should be releasing on Monday. Worst case, I'll just share the actual pre-patch, the actual pre-patched Game Boy Color file, because our program is a little bit MIA at the moment.
Gotcha.
Which is technically less legal, but I don't think anybody cares. But hopefully he'll turn up and we can share a traditional like patch file.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to try it out. I'm gonna see if we could get it going next week. I don't know what we're doing for the guest. We might want to do something Saturn related, but if not, it'll be the week after, or I'll do a special stream during the week for that. We'll figure that out. My last couple of weeks been kind of crazy, so we'll get it sorted though.
Everything's been busy.
Oof. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and remember, you must play Sega Saturn.